Hi guys, welcome to my channel Lush Gardener. I hope you guys are fine and are safe. So if you remember this succulent, I believe it is an Echeveria variety. I'm still not very sure about the exact ID, but I'll put the image on the screen as well. If you remember, I had showed you that while I was acclimating the succulent, it happened to receive a lot of extra sunlight, due to which the lower leaves were burnt. As you can see on the right hand side of the screen, this is how it looked earlier. And these were all the leaves that were burnt beneath. But I did not move the succulent because it was almost in the process of getting acclimated. But whenever you feel that your succulent is getting burnt, and if it's in an individual pot, you can definitely move it back again to indirect bright light. Over here, I knew that the sun is not going to be too strong, so I just left it in this pot itself, because this is a slightly larger pot and I cannot move this pot. So I just left it over here because I knew that the damage was only done to the lower leaves. It was not damaging the crown area. So I left the succulent as it is. I did not uproot the succulent. I left it as it is. I did not move anything. I did not pull out any of the leaves. This is what you have to do whenever you have a case of burns. A lot of people tend to get scared and they start pulling out the lower leaves which are burnt. So do not do that. Over here, I left the lower leaves as it is. And you can see over the period of time, some of those dry leaves will fall off. And here it is. You can see some of those leaves will automatically fall off, and these were all the burns. So these were all the burnt leaves, and I just left them as it is in that pot itself. So these were the fresh part which turned brown, and this was the burnt part. You can see the damage, where the damage was done, even on the dry leaf as well. So now the plant is doing quite well. Now it is not going to get burnt, even if it is going to get a good amount of morning direct sunlight for 5 to 6 hours. It has been completely acclimated. Again, the lower leaves, the previous ones that were burnt, are still present, which I'm going to leave it as it is. And over the period of time, they will also fall off, just like how these have fallen down. So that's how it tends to work out. So whenever you have a case like this, if the lower leaves are burnt, it's absolutely fine to leave the succulent in the same place. So if you have a case like this wherein the leaves are burnt, please don't pull them out. Let it be as it is. This is the reason why it's very important to acclimate succulents. You cannot put them out in direct sunlight in one go. Over here, I think I made a mistake of keeping it for a little bit longer time, and the succulent was not completely acclimated. That's why only the lower leaves got burnt, but luckily the upper leaves were all good. So now at this point of time, the succulent is completely acclimated. It is not going to get further burnt because this place only receives morning direct sunlight until 11:30 AM, and after which it gets indirect bright light, so I don't have to be worried. Now, as I said, this succulent is acclimated for sunlight until 11:30 AM. It can even handle 12 noon sunlight, but if I'm going to expose this succulent to 1 PM, 2 PM or 3 PM of sunlight, it will further get burnt again. So this particular succulent is custom to direct sunlight until 11:30 AM, probably 12 noon as well. It's going to be okay. But afternoon direct sunlight, it is not acclimated. It will get burned. In fact, a lot of succulents will not get acclimated to direct afternoon sunlight, especially during summers. So avoid putting your succulents out in direct afternoon sunlight. That is definitely going to damage your succulent a lot. In fact, the afternoon direct sunlight is very hot. It can dehydrate your succulent at a faster rate. Apart from that, there is a high risk that your succulent will get burnt. Apart from that, there can also be an issue of dry rot. So always avoid afternoon direct sunlight. You can give direct morning sunlight until 11:30 AM in the morning, or during winters you can give it until 12 noon, but nothing post that. And then if you want, you can give the evening direct sunlight post 4 PM. If there is direct evening sunlight, that is absolutely fine. But anything between 12 noon up till 4 PM, avoid giving that direct afternoon sunlight. Otherwise, there could be issues. So that's all about it, guys. I hope that this video was helpful to you. If it was, please hit the like button. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe, and keep planting.